everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Instagram's updates for summer 2022 and what I am going to do to change my content to best cater to the updates. If you like these kinds of videos, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel for lots more Instagram tips and tricks for content creators, as well as some fashion and beauty and lifestyle videos as well. So let's just get right on into this video before I ramble on any longer. So for a while I was posting only carousel posts and reels. I had noticed that that was a way that I really boosted my engagement and got it back up to where I wanted it to be. But after a while I noticed it slowly started to not help as much and my views started dropping and my reach started dropping as well. I changed my content plan. So my new weekly content plan, I'm going to pop it up on the screen right here. I still have my Makeup Monday series, which was either a reel or a photo. Mostly they have been reels now and they've been doing pretty well. I have a Skincare Sunday series, which I do bi-weekly, that are reels and sometimes posts, but again, just one photo. One fashion reel, one viral and trend reel related to my niche, as well as one informational reel related to my niche, and one carousel post and one normal static photo post. So I have been doing this for a couple weeks and I've noticed that it's upticked my engagement a little bit. So the biggest thing that has changed within the last couple months is that I stopped posting solely carousel. Brock Johnson, who I will put his information down below, is a great resource to follow. He is right on top of all of the algorithm changes and everything going on with Instagram, so I highly recommend following him as well. Again, I'm still focusing on reels, but not as many carousels. And speaking of my focus on reels, I've shifted a little bit more into hyper-focusing on my niche when creating reels. Now, every viral sound that is out there, you can relate back to your niche. So I make sure that if I find a viral sound that I really like, that I can in some way incorporate it to my niche. It's like fashion or beauty or body positivity or lifestyle or anything. So it's just not random. So you're really targeting your audience that you're looking for with that post and the content of the viral audio. And also, now that the weather is improving, we're moving into late spring, early summer kind of weather, I am also focusing more on fashion reels. Again, it's very related to my niche. I stopped doing them as much because the mirror kind of outfit reels just don't do as well, in my opinion. So I've been also trying to incorporate more of the fashion outdoors kind of lifestyle reels that are filmed outside of my house, that aren't just me standing in front of my tripod talking to a camera. Another tip that I have for posting reels is try to post your reels as early as you can in the morning. I know this isn't as easy for everybody, but I've noticed the reels that I post before 10 a.m. do better. I don't know why, but Instagram likes reels that I post before 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Moving on to hashtags. For a while I was using like 20 to 30 hashtags per reel, where I noticed that I didn't notice a huge difference when I did that. So I have moved to only using 5 to 10 really specific hashtags for that post. It has not affected my reach negatively at all. I am also currently working on restructuring my hashtag strategy for my posts, as I have noticed a drop in that as well. So I am doing my research on what Instagram suggests, as well as just experimenting with my own feed and figuring out what works best for me, because everyone's reach will be a little bit different. So I will update y'all in a month or so on that and see if I have noticed any difference. Instagram has recently announced that they are making some updates to user experience and the main home feed on Instagram. They are going to start moving towards 9:16 photos that show full screen on the page. I will pop in a couple examples from the Instagram website here, also link those down below if you want to read up more. But basically, Instagram has said we're moving into a place where Instagram video is a bigger part of the home experience, where the content is more immersive and takes up more of the screen. We're starting to experiment with this week, which is a test of both photos and videos taking up more of your screen. You know, the future of video and the future of photos are mobile first. They are 9:16, they are immersive. Now, I kind of hate this update. And from what I can tell, everyone who has had the beta test update also hates it as well. Now, while I understand that your phone, you know, TikTok, everything is filmed in 9:16 ratio, but photos aren't standard in that skinny, like, portrait style photo. I know the standard ratio on your iPhone is 3:2. Well, it's gonna change the way creators have to set up their photos. I've gotten really used to cropping things in the 4:5 format, and they've done really well. It's easier to crop the 3:2 into a 4:5 without cutting out tons of background. Whereas with a 9:16, you are losing a lot of background. If I can, I'll put an example for my photos up here where you can see the difference in like a 1:1, a 4:5, and then a 9:16. And it's gonna change the overall experience, as well as make it harder to, it's gonna make it harder to post those photos elsewhere, like on Facebook. The aspect ratio will be different, so the photos are gonna look kind of wonky. I'm hoping, because the general public that has voiced their distaste for this update, that there will be changes before it hits the public. But the biggest problem I foresee with this Instagram ratio change is being able to stay on brand. I noticed a couple of the examples I saw from people complaining about it on Twitter, where the Instagram randomly chooses a background photo to slap on there. Instead of it being like white, it's like a weird browny beige color. So staying on brand is going to be harder for small businesses and content creators. Overall, I went to school for integrated media with a focus on branding, so this kind of really pisses me off, because Instagram, it's going to be harder to make sure all of your photos and your feed stays on brand and just cohesive overall, even on your like home, like on your actual profile page. When you click on a photo, it won't look like you want it to. Now, there are options to always stick your photos in something like Canva, but I've noticed with Canva the quality is always a little bit wonky, especially if you don't pay for it. You always have the option of going to something like Photoshop or Adobe InDesign, which I use for a lot of my Instagram stories, and that's a way to get higher quality. But the more you stick your iPhone photos into these programs, the lesser the quality is going to be. So if this update goes through, I'll end up posting more of my strategy about it, but overall I am not very happy with this update, with the way this update is looking, because it just looks like it's going to be a very different experience scrolling through Instagram, which will lead to less people using the app, which will lead to less people seeing your content. So it may cause a drop in reach, which I am a little bit nervous about, but I'm hoping to be able to combat it in the best way. So I will share, if this update does go through, what strategy I end up doing, because I really have no clue right now. Now, another Instagram update that they have announced is a change to stories. Now, I know you know those people that, I know everyone probably follows those people that post 100 stories a day, and Instagram only allows you to post 100 stories a day, but and sometimes you just end up skipping through and you don't even care. But Instagram is proposing a change where you only see 3 stories at a time from people you follow, and then you have to click see more, and this is going to drastically lower story engagement. People aren't going to want to use stories as much. It will end up hurting creators. It will end up hurting people that want to post links to stuff. It will hurt people that want to just converse with their audience on a daily basis. Like, I know if I'm saying something to my audience on my stories, it takes more than like 15 seconds or 45 seconds to get that all across. So this will end up hurting creators in the long run. Now, my first idea when I was really brainstorming on how I was going to deal with this, if it does come out, because I think this is the one update that they will push through without doing much changing, is putting out for the first story slide every day will be what's coming up today, and it will be like, you know, this is coming at this time, I'm going to be posting at this time, be on the lookout for that. This is where to find all the other content that I'm going to be posting on either Like to Know It or my highlights, my story highlights, that kind of stuff. Overall, people are going to have to search for things, and it will that will make them, again, it will take away more time from Instagram. If you have to, you know, okay, this is what's coming, so I'm gonna have to go to another app to see what she posted because I can't see it on her stories regularly. And this will overall create more work for the creator, because then I'm going to have to create those slides every morning. And while I plan my content well in advance, this is still going to add a couple extra hours of work to my schedule that I'm going to have to squeeze in somewhere that I really don't have. That being said, I don't see other people resorting to going back to things like Snapchat or even TikTok stories. Instagram is such a big place, and it's where a lot of creators have the most following, so I don't see them trying to bring their following over to another app, because that will just it's just a lot more work to try to transfer all of your content that you would put on stories over to another app. I don't think people are going to be using stories less. I just think the amount of people that are going to be seeing the stories are going to be less, unless you really, really like a creator and want to see their stories and sit there and click extra buttons and spend extra time looking for their content. It's going to be harder for you to see your favorite creator. Overall, I do not have access to any of these updates yet, but as soon as I do, I will let you guys know. I hope that this kind of helps explain it in more of like a creator's point of view, and I hope that creators watching this video have some help here, because I know I hate when there's these random updates and I have no idea how to use them. I like knowing what to do ahead of time before things come out. I like to have, I know a lot of people like to have a grip on what's coming before it actually happens, so some warnings. So I hope this video helped you, and if it does, comment down below letting me know what you think of these Instagram updates, because I don't think the general public is very happy with this one. Comment down below what you think of these updates, like, subscribe, and follow me on all my other social media so you never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!